Okay, I guess I'm going live and don't get to check to see if this is the microphone that's working. Hi, everybody. Um, I'm alive. I made it through the rough patch. I'm actually doing pretty fucking well these days. I currently don't have good enough internet to stream. Not sure if I'm going to start streaming again. If I do get good enough internet to stream, it has to do with moving rooms, but the room I'm going to move into is needs work, and it's a long story. Doesn't matter. But the main reason that I am recording this is for my old roommate Mike. Um, I'm confident he popped in once or twice back in the day, about Jesus, 15 years ago. Um, and he died very recently. I was just at his I was just at his memorial today when they buried his ashes next to his mom, and his dad was there sobbing, and it was a really tough time, as you can imagine. And of course, I found the right words to say hours after I left, because of course at the time all I could do was, put a rose that I was given on the pedestal that was right by the grave marker, because he was cremated. And I went to shake his dad's hand because I didn't expect him to remember me, and he went for a hug. So I hugged him, and our glasses bonked. That's right, I wear glasses now. Um, but Mike, the one number one thing that I've got from him, there's two. There's two really big things. I mean, three. No, no, there's two. Um, Number one was, I always, throughout all the time that I knew him, knew I could trust him implicitly. Like, I could tell him anything and it would stay with him. And I could tell him nothing and he might know, but it would stay with him. And there there are so few people that you will ever know who can do that for them. And number two, he was nice. He was a very nice person, but more than that, much, 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 much more than that, he was kind. There's such a gulf between being nice and being kind. And Mike was so fucking kind. He really was. He was just a genuinely awesome, kind person. And now he's gone. And I'm never going to see him again. If, Not that I saw him that often in the years leading up to this. He always had an excuse for why he didn't come out when I was there, or I always had an excuse to not why I couldn't come out when he was there, wherever there happened to be. So it had been a long time since we saw each other, and when I when I saw him, or when I heard about it, I immediately went out to visit him, and a combination of what what was wrong with him and the drugs they'd given him, he didn't fucking recognize me. And that was so that was it was just like, yeah, because I was even warned about it ahead of time. And that's just like, oh, come on, we live together. He's gonna nope. He was that he was that far gone, and it's just like, holy shit, is this the last time I'm ever going to see him? Is he just straight up dying and I'm never going to see him again and you won't even remember that I came in to visit? But that wasn't the last time I saw him. I drove down to UVA Hospital and to visit him. And on the way, I was in text contact with him. You know, check your phone when you're at a stoplight. Don't fucking do it when you're driving, you stupid fucking kids. And he asked for a a few packs of Big Red, cinnamon gum. And it took two gas stations and a Walmart for me to find any cinnamon gum. But goddamn if I wasn't going to go through the effort to find this shit for him. And I did. And I got him 4 packs, 4 packs of cinnamon gum for him. Because the poor guy was, in addition to, being in a hospital, I mean, especially on top of being in a hospital, he was going through nicotine and alcohol withdrawal. And it's just like, oh, Jesus Christ, getting fucking gum for him is the least I can goddamn do. I've got to do this. And that was the last time I saw him alive. That was the last time we got to spend together. And so the memorial for him was today. It was really nice. The folks at his last job, United Rentals, showed up in fucking force. I was like, I when we were trying to find the place because the communication, of course, was terrible. I saw a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of firefighters. It's just like, well, that can't be it. No, they were wearing United Rentals reflective gear, not firefighter reflective gear. And so we let my other friend Dan take the lead and drive around in circles in the fucking cemetery on these little crappy one-lane roads until I just we he stopped and I barked. It's like, look, I'm pretty sure I saw his dad back there where we first went by. And we went back and yeah, that was where everybody was. And I am cursed with the whole can't say what you need to say until after the situation thing. You folks have got to know what I mean. When you think of the perfect comeback in your bed a day and a half later or something like that, when you're trying to go to sleep, it's like, oh yeah, that's what I should have said. Well, this is what I should have said. Mike and I lived together for 4 to 5 years, somewhere around there. Is probably about 4 and a quarter, 4.5 years. And firstly, after living together all that time, we didn't hate each other. Because one of the surest ways of ruining a friendship is either one, live together, or two, start a business together. We did one, and we made it through, and we're still friends until the end. And on top of that, well, not on top of that. I'm not done with the time that we lived together. Mike, we had this great thing that we did where over the course of the week, Mike and I would just if a random song would pop up in our head, we would just write it on this whiteboard that we had. We had two divide into two columns, Rich and Mike, and we would, you'd write your song on there, or at least enough words of the song so that you remember what it's supposed to be, which sometimes we failed at. And then on Fridays, when we both didn't have work the next day, we would just both plop down on the in the living room, me on the couch, him in that nasty fucking orange chair that I tried to hang on to but didn't want to move because goddamn recliners are heavy. And we would just listen to those songs, and we would just plow through them, and we would give honest commentary of it to each other, and just be like, oh, this part was good, and this part I'm not so sure. It was kind of it got too repetitive, etc. And then we'd get through the list, and then we just keep going and just keep playing music for each other. And thanks to him that I know Neurosis, which is one of those. It's like, you know what? They take good ideas and they stretch them out for too long. It's like this would have been a great musical section if it had lasted 8 bars, but instead it lasted 64. You're just fucking repeating yourself. This has gotten tedious. But that's just, like my opinion, man. And so, and number two thing, and probably the more important one than anything else when it comes to Mike, I knew pretty much the entire time that I knew him that I could trust him implicitly. I could tell him anything, I could say anything to him, and it was always just between us. Always. And I never had a situation where I questioned it. He was the most trustworthy person, along with one of the kindest people. He was the most trustworthy person I have ever fucking known. And he's gone. And I'm never gonna see him again. The last time I saw him was when I drove down to UVA to see him with the fucking cinnamon gum. And thank God I did that because I didn't fucking let him down. Okay. Anyway, anyway, aside from that, I'm doing really well. Really well. I genuinely really well. I'm drinking a lot less than I had been. My working for the post office. Oh, and I don't think I've mentioned it here. I carry the mail now, and it's going really well. It's going really well. Mike is gone. Never gonna fuck you. Okay, I'm gonna stop it.